welcome to yet another episode of Tea with Taylor. And I have some special friends here with me, in case you haven't noticed. So all us creatives got together, and we decided we're going to talk to you today on the Tea about a little bit of some art and modern artistry. Hold on one second. Clerks. Yeah. That's a little bit better. I needed to make sure I had some good lighting, y'all. Sorry. But hey, everybody. Let me find you guys on Facebook so that I can read your comments. I like to keep up with the comments and have like conversations with the peeps here on the Tea.
I love that.
Sean's watching. Hey, Sean, you're the first to comment too. Look at that. Thanks for watching, everyone. So yes, we're gonna get into the conversation about art, modern art, artistry, all the things. And these two lovely people here that I have with me have been doing some great things that I've noticed over the past few weeks, months, or so, years for one of the two. But you'll find that out, and I'm going to give you guys some time to introduce to yourselves to the viewers and tell everyone who you are, what you do, and your pronouns. So, ladies first, let's start with you.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Dee Speaks. I am a photographer born and raised in Providence, Rhode Island.
Whoop, whoop.
Primarily focused on portraits, but I also shoot events, especially weddings. I am also the co-founder of the Vodka Guild, which is a collective of black and brown photographers.
Yes.
In Rhode Island, we host photography meetups where aspiring models and photographers come in and mingle, take photos for a few hours, and all that great stuff. Yes, that's it.
And we had the pleasure of working together recently on a photo shoot, and I'm excited. The images were bomb. We worked really well. I like to think, and so photography is a huge thing in the art and arts world, and I commend you for what you do there.
Thank you.
And how about you, Sam? Who are you? Who are thou?
Who are thou? Well, my name is David. I use he, they pronouns. I'm primarily a musician, so my day job.
So good, so good.
My day job is that I'm a piano teacher. I'm a music teacher, but I also express myself artistically, and and as a side gig too, and as a hobby as well. I am a DJ and I'm a producer. So
Yes.
I go by the name Soy La Rosa Z.
Soy La Rosa. Isn't it
Yes.
spicy? I love that name. Every time you say it, it just
Oh, I
rolls off my
forgot.
tongue.
I forgot to say you're from Providence. I am from Medellin, Colombia.
Yeah.
So I'm an immigrant. I'm
That's literally
Latino.
That's literally how I describe you to everyone that doesn't know you. So I don't know. This is probably not your first time hearing me say this, but I'm like, oh yeah, he's my redheaded Colombian
A
friend.
redhead Colombian. No, I know.
I say it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, because how many of those live in Providence?
Yeah, not many.
Yeah.
Not many.
So that's
Yeah.
that's how I describe him. So that we have David and Dee, and I love that. That's awesome. David and
I forgot
Dee.
to say my pronouns.
And your
She,
pronouns?
her.
She, her. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. So we're gonna get into that conversation about arts a little bit later on,
Okay, done.
and we're gonna play 2 games today. I came up with 2 games for y'all. You excited?
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
Excited.
Sure, excited. But first, we're gonna get into hot topics. And so the way hot topics works.
Oh,
is
that's
Yes,
the first thing.
Yes. First, we gotta get into hot topics. Absolutely, before they get cold. Hello, just getting the tea with Taylor,
Jesus.
And before the hot topics, we are actually gonna take these beautiful, delicious shots that I made for us. They're orange blueberry vodka shots. And whichever one you grab,
Can you say it again?
an orange blueberry shot.
Orange blueberry
Yes,
shot.
it's a cool little blue flavor color going on there too for that. So salud, cheers to y'all. Oh goodness, that's stronger than I thought. All right,
That's
so,
pretty good.
So that's D and that's D. Wait.
Wait.
Oh, Sean is commenting. He says, "That's how you introduced me to him at the Dark Lady."
Well,
I mean, when it works, it works. You
It
know?
works,
What,
yeah.
what do you want me
Yeah.
to do?
I just need to be more of them.
Yes.
So
no,
that can stop.
No, that's your thing. Nobody wants to take that away from me. That's your thing. Keep that. Hold on to that. So we just got through our Halloween season. I was just talking to Dee a little bit about this. It was disgustingly busy, and I was obnoxiously tired. So there's that. Because my Halloween celebration started on Thursday, and I want to. You guys also can answer this too. Before we get into the hot topics, I saw some really cool Halloween costumes this year. Some people getting really creative. What were some of your favorites?
Oh, my first.
Yeah, and what you guys tell me too in the comments. What are your favorites? I mean, however you want to do it, you can. Hopscotch, bubble
I
pop.
need time to think about this.
Oh, what were some of your favorite looks, David? I know my favorite was your Slytherin look going.
Okay, so yeah, so let's start with me, right? Because it's all about me. No, I'm just
oh,
kidding.
because
Okay, so I wore, I don't know if maybe I'll share some pictures of that.
Okay.
After we finished. I was dressed as a Gryffindor. Okay, a Hogwarts cheerleader.
Yes.
I was a Hogwarts cheerleader from the house of Gryffindor. But my costume was that I'm a Ravenclaw.
Yes, that's what it was, Ravenclaw.
I'm a Ravenclaw, so I was in a costume for Halloween as a Gryffindor.
I see.
Yes.
I was like, that is a backstory for the day. Like,
Yeah.
what? I was here
Yeah.
for the backstory.
Yeah, and it's my first. I think it's my first time that I've been like on the funny, sexy side of costumes. It's like my first time being like funny and sexy.
Yeah.
I've never done the two.
No,
of them.
you know, it's creative, it was sexy, it was fun, so that's, I think, what, most of the time what Halloween is about.
Yeah.
That, you know,
Yeah.
and I, like I said, I saw a few really good ones. Heidi Klum I was talking with Complete Destruction last week, Heidi Klum turned it, again.
What she did this year?
I forget what it was, but she went all out with the prosthetics and stuff, so it was good. I remember when I saw it, I was like, never lets me down.
She goes all out.
Simone paid homage to RuPaul
I saw
on the
that.
cover of Out magazine. Did you see that?
No.
Oh my gosh. So Simone is one of the most recent winners of Drag Race. I forget the numbers where we're at right now in Drag
12,
Race. I don't
13,
know.
something
But
around
Simone
that.
is one of the Drag Race winners, and she posed on the cover of Out magazine how RuPaul had posed on one of his older iconic photo shoots, and it was spot on. I was here for that. And I saw a few other people like Tamron Hall. I don't know if you guys know Tamron Hall. She dressed as Cardi B, as pregnant Cardi B. That was cute. That was super cute. I was like, oh, okay, I get it. She wasn't pregnant either, so she had to go and find that belly and that dress. So I was like, okay, give it to you for
I
that.
think Cardi B actually dressed
Oh,
as
yes,
like the
Elvira. She did Elvira, and that
she
was
did
really good.
Elvira too.
No, not
She was
Elvira.
the witch.
She was like just a witch or
Yeah,
something with
her
all.
and culture.
Oof, it was good, right?
It was cute.
It was
So
good.
cute.
Which
It
was
good.
the one that dressed as the alien girl from Mars Attack? So like the big long wig and the one that goes like this.
I don't remember who did that. We
But
were talking
it
about this at Dark
was-
Lady, actually.
It was so good.
Also, that what's her name? I always forget her name. She dressed as Miss Bellum. Did you see that?
Yes, Miss Bellum from the Powerpuff Girls.
Doja Cat, I think
Doja
it was.
Cat
Doja Cat
was-
dressed as Miss Bellum.
Oh, she had multiple.
She understood the
costumes, but
assignment.
She did Cynthia from
She
the
did
Rugrats,
Cynthia
too.
too. She
Yeah.
understood.
They're
That was
doing
really
multiple.
Oh
yeah.
my god, we got
No.
again. I was exhausted. My Halloween started on Thursday, ended on Sunday night. Exhausting. I was over it. But moving forward a little bit more. So January 4th, actually, let's get serious real quick. We've been talking about COVID. That's been a huge thing. We just coming out of a pandemic, so to speak. And January 4th has been a date that is set for the vaccine mandate to start approaching large companies. And we've talked about that on Tea with Taylor here, the vaccine mandate and how we would feel about the vaccine mandate. There were some percentages that I saw as well that like 40% of people who work in these big businesses are more likely to be okay with it if they're offered the weekly testing option as not to just be a mandate to get vaccinated. And I think it was similar number, like 37% or something like that, would not do it at all. Like they just would leave the job. So that's where we're at. Like January 4th is the set date that I heard today, actually, from Biden addressing the nation. And I was like biting my nails the entire time. I was like, what is he going to say this time? Because sometimes he's really smart and sometimes I'm just like, Biden, you're out to lunch, girl. But but you know, and also another big thing, CDC is now advising that they vaccinate children. We've been waiting on that to happen, and they came up with a small a child dose with the Pfizer. Have you heard about this? So it's a lesser version of the Pfizer vaccine. That they're a diluted version, so to speak, that they're saying they recommend for children to take now. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, as we know, Pfizer is the one that has been approved by
Yeah. They were the first to get the full approval. Yeah,
from
absolutely.
the FDA,
Mhm.
right? So, also from children. Like once it goes through the FDA and it's approved, you know you can use them on children from 5 and on. So I think it's fantastic that it's not only is going to be a little bit like mandatory or like it's going to happen with children. It's also that we live in a country that they are going to be able to access it for free or with their insurance or things like that.
Absolutely.
So it's not going to be a burden for the fathers economically.
Yeah.
Or
For me,
anything
it
like
was
that.
more of the, we're kind of moving back towards to in-person teaching, which I advocate for because some children learn like me. Some children learn better from in-person learning. The online thing was very new, and we had to grasp onto that while that was our only option. So I'm concerned with, the validity of diluting a vaccine for children. That's my concern. But do I agree with the CDC's recommendation? Absolutely. Do I agree with the mandate? Not so much. Do you agree with the mandate? Like, do you feel like it should be mandated for large businesses?
I think the two options is
The best
like a
solution.
very Solomonic,
Right.
People should
I'm
have
giving
choice.
you
Right.
I'm giving you options. You can.
So are you on that
get
40% or that
tested.
37%? If your company said today, I'm mandating you to get this vaccine or you have to leave the company.
Let's just say I'd be good.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I work from home, so I'm okay.
Right, exactly. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I miss
They give
that.
us the option, like, do you want to come
I
into the
miss
office
that.
or do you want to work from home?
I miss that so much.
Amazing. Yeah,
But
that's so cool.
while we're on the topic of COVID, Disneyland, the Shanghai, did you guys hear about this? The Shanghai village of Disney shut down, had to shut down
Because
with
of case of
30,000 people inside, 30,000, because one person tested positive for COVID. One person.
Oh, wow.
Can you believe that? It's insane. It's so it started in the Shanghai village or whatever city or whatever they call it in Disneyland, but they shut down with 30,000 people in there.
So
And
what did the people have to do?
they locked people in. They told people not to leave. They stopped the bus lines and everything that was around the park to test every single person.
That was going to be
in the
my
park.
next question. Like,
Every
you have
single
to test
person.
everyone before
Every
they let
single
them leave?
person. After the one person came up positive, they tested every single person and no one was allowed to leave.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that
How
crazy?
long did that take?
That's what we're getting. That's what I'm getting at. Like with this mandate. So like these are the scale of things that we're gonna have to deal with people saying, "Hey, it's our way or the highway." Essentially, that's what I'm hearing. I was like, okay, all right, Disneyland, cool, do what you gotta do. But isn't that insane? I was like, whoa.
It's a little apocalyptic. It
just
feels a little like
a little apocalyptic.
it's a little apocalyptic, but at the same time, we are approaching like vaccine. We are approaching disease in new ways.
As we should.
As we should, exactly. So it's like I really don't find my way in any position because like
Okay.
it sounds like but at the same time it's like, well, maybe it's a good thing.
I try to pretend like I'm not worried, but I'm worried. I'm like, oh no,
Yeah.
like these mass scale of like things that could happen. Just like,
Yeah,
I'm like,
well,
oh no.
I am more worried with what happened at COP26, which is the World Environmental Convention and treaty among the rich nations and many other nations,
Oh yeah.
which they are doing very little.
David, you did your research today. I'm so proud of you. Ew, David. Sorry, I have to do it at least once. I'm so sorry. Every time I see David, I have to give him one ew, David. Just one, just for the shits and giggles. But on the plus side of all this research that we've been doing with COVID, another thing that I learned is that we are on the precipice of doing human trials for what they're calling a groundbreaking HIV treatment, which could possibly be considered a cure.
Well, about damn time.
Right? This has been centuries in the making.
Right.
That was one of the things that happened when people started saying of the vaccine for COVID. They're like, how have you figured this out before HIV? This has been a centuries-long battle.
Yeah.
Well,
And
it's
so,
hard.
it's harder.
It's hard.
But this is what their COVID research led them to this sort of breakthrough as they're calling it.
Yes.
I think it's phenomenal.
So there's many levels on what happened with an HIV vaccine. First, there wasn't enough funds.
Yes.
Because
true.
historically, HIV has been a queer disease.
Right.
Has been a
when
disease.
it first started, absolutely.
Has been a disease for that type of people.
Mhm.
That type of people.
That doesn't affect me. Yeah.
So
yeah.
it has been difficult to get many laughs into it. With COVID was completely different because it affected straight people. So the whole world.
It affected the masses.
You said it, not me. You said it, not me.
The whole world had to make a change,
right.
and
Absolutely.
all the labs, all my friends that work in pharmacy status and everything like that, all of them started working on COVID. Really fast.
Oh yeah.
So
most of the people that worked in healthcare didn't have choice.
Exactly. So we were able to make a vaccine for COVID so fast because the world totally put everything
it was prime
into
directive.
it.
Absolutely.
And that did not happen with HIV. So that is how money and masses can change things.
Yeah, because the pandemic affected everybody's pockets.
Right.
So,
Don't play with people's bags.
Economy.
But you know, again with this, another to on the just to play devil's advocate a little bit. Another thing that I'm thinking is like all these movies and things. You know, my crazy conspiracy theorist head goes crazy because I'm like, oh my god, this is the zombie apocalypse. When they start the human trials, you know there's gonna be something that's gonna go wrong here and there. Like, so, you know, I'm going to remain positive. I'm glad that this is happening. You know, big clap to whoever figured that out. I haven't quite figured out the scientist who's been working, like, with that. But, you know, HIV cure, so to speak, or, you know, this vaccine, or so to speak, I think that would be much more positive than negative.
Incredible.
So, incredible. Yeah. So I promise the rest of my hot topics are good. I promise. Because I know I know it's getting heavy. So let's take another shot.
And if you don't, I recommend you use PrEP.
Yes. Absolutely.
To be healthy.
I was scared.
To protect everyone.
I was scared
and
about PrEP when that first came out too. But you know, being the skeptic that I am, I was scared about that too. I'm like, what is this doing to my body? But it's really good, guys. Let me just say, I've been on it for years now.
Here we go again.
Here we go. Shots because now the hard is over.
Oh my God.
It gets easier. It gets easier. Okay. So another hot topic that stood out to me, and this will be the second to last one before we get into our first game. Sex and the City fans have something to rejoice about. Are you guys Sex and the City fans?
I'm not.
Nah. Really, D?
I'm so sorry.
I took you as a Sex and the City girl for sure.
You're more of a girlfriend's kind of girl.
My girlfriend. Yeah, that was my jam. I was Tony, unfortunately. I was the bougie. But anywho,
the bougie one.
That's the bougie one. I know, we're all surprised.
Yeah, I was not surprised.
But Sex and the City fans, you can now stay at the Carrie Bradshaw brownstone in New York. Airbnb is listing a replica of Carrie Bradshaw's
like loft,
brownstone loft, yeah,
Ooh.
and you can stay in it with Airbnb. I don't know the name of it. You could probably search Carrie Bradshaw like brownstone and find it. But $23 a night. $23.
Where?
In New York.
Are you sure? Is that a
yes.
typo?
Right. Yeah. It's a smaller replica. It's not the entire built place, but it's a small replica.
That is the craziest price.
That's really cheap.
Isn't that insane?
That is the craziest price.
I think it's to promote and to get like people, you know,
and then they're
gonna skyrocket the price.
Right.
But
they want people to come in first.
Yeah.
I think if I book today, maybe I'll be there like in
after the show.
2023.
Let's see if we can find it.
Spot.
Let's see if we can
Like
find
if
it.
I book it today, maybe in a year.
I'm
I'll
not
be
the biggest
there.
Sex and the City fan, but would I stay there and gloat about it? Absolutely. Absolutely. For all my
I'm not a fan.
No, for all my Sex and the City fans out there, I would just go there for you. Just for you, you know. I do it for you.
Oh my God.
But I thought that was pretty cool because that place is well done. As far as someone who like has an eye for interior, or so I think, I don't know. In detail, that place was well done, and the set, so good, good. That's the artistic creative brain going off. So we're gonna have to get into that soon. Don't worry, guys. But two more things that stood out to me this week. Kal Penn, do you guys know Kal Penn from Harold and Kumar? The actor from Harold and Kumar.
Yes, I know.
Came out after an 11-year relationship with who is now his fiance. So, congratulations, clap, clap, clap for Calvin.
Yeah.
But after an 11-year relationship with his partner, can you believe that?
Like the Elvira.
Yes, like
too.
Elvira. You know what?
She was on a lesbian relationship
Yeah, did you
for
hear
the
about that?
longest time.
What?
Completely out of the loop.
Welcome.
Completely out of the loop.
Yeah.
So, congratulations to Calvin for that. But the big thing, the big hurdle there is getting someone to be in love with you for 11 years. Goodness gracious. I don't think that's
a hot topic.
That's the biggest hurdle
That's
right
the
there.
hot
Goodness
topic.
gracious. Elvira's relationship was what, 13 years, I believe?
Something like that also.
That is an accomplishment in itself. Queer, straight, whatever.
That is
like,
an accomplishment
that's insane.
on itself.
Like,
Yeah.
that's a really long relationship
Yeah.
to be devoted to someone, to be in love with someone, to, that's your life.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
And I have to say, I love Harold Kumar. The
Right,
first one, Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
Yes,
It's
that's
one
the-
of my, not one of my favorite movies, but it's a really, really fun movie.
That's the only one I know from him. I'm from Calvin, unfortunately. He's been in other movies and things like that.
He's done like secondary roles
I don't
in
really,
plenty
yeah.
of movies.
I was like,
yeah.
oh yeah, I know him from Harold
Yeah.
and Kumar.
Oh, and he also had like a governmental position on the
did he? Interesting.
on
I
the
didn't know that.
UN.
I'm gonna have to do a Wikipedia search.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah, no, cool guy.
and another good thing about Calvin coming out is he's slowly becoming within the East Asian community somewhat of someone that people look up to, because they don't have many
Absolutely.
queer icons in that
That's
demographic.
So true. That's
Yeah, the
absolutely
East Asian
true.
community, they're not very well known for being accepting of a queer lifestyle, and so he's
Exactly.
slowly becoming someone that people have
Yeah.
been congratulating, and then the East Asian community have been like looking up to and saying, thank you for this. This is something that's huge for us as far as that community goes. So
Absolutely.
yeah, I was like really excited about that. And Kristen Stewart also came out and saying that she's getting engaged with her partner that she's been with for 2 years. And I don't know if this is just
She
me.
wasn't out.
Right, I don't know if this is just me, but I don't know if Kristen Stewart always out? I don't know. Is that just me?
I
don't
think
know.
she was always out. Like
I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. You guys let us know in the comments. We're struggling.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I always assumed Kristen Stewart was part of the queer community.
Like with Elvira.
Right. But
I was like, people like,
but like
come on,
I can't
will
remember
you?
a moment where she actually came out. And so she's had this somewhat secret relationship for 2 years, and now she's getting engaged. So I assume this is kind of like her, like, also, I don't know if you guys knew, but you already knew kind of deal.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
And at the same time, like it just has become so normalized.
Yes, absolutely.
It's just that it's now they're coming out just because they have found out within themselves.
You know what? I was just reading a poll about that. About if this generation has had more people in the queer community come out, and it's starting to even this generation has the youngest of people who have decided to come out, and people are wondering what and why that is.
Yeah.
Like, is it a sign of the times, or is it just people are more comfortable now?
It's definitely people are more comfortable.
Right? I think it's a little bit of both too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was reading this and they had a whole bunch of stats and I didn't get into it because it was early and I was like, all right, yeah, interesting. I was like, interesting, but yeah, I'm gonna keep scrolling. But yeah, that stands out to me. I'm interested that you say that. We're gonna have to talk about it more. But I think now is a good time to get into our game. Kat Savage says she came out a while ago, I believe. I think she just went public with the relationship since the drama with her and Pattinson's relation. Oh, right. I forgot they were together. Thank you, Kat. Oh my God, thank you. Also, thanks for watching. Hey.
I love you.
Yeah, I love you so much. And the Savage family. But yeah, I didn't realize that. I forgot she was with Pattinson. Because I don't care about Robert Pattinson. Who cares about Robert Pattinson?
He's a good actor, actually.
Is he? Or is he just cute?
I saw the movie Lighthouse. The Lighthouse.
I have not
I
seen
recommend it to everyone here. The Lighthouse.
Okay.
He does a great role in that movie, and that movie is strange and scary.
that. Okay. I like a good strange movie.
I like strange and scary.
I know, Mr. Zoilarros.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first game we're going to play, today I wanted to get some celeb names going, so I hope you guys are somewhat good with celeb
Ooh.
names.
This is gonna be interesting.
Oh boy, D just got warm. It just got warm in here. So the first game is the Celeb name game, and then later we're going to play Celebrity Name Fusion. So I'll explain them now.
What is the fusion?
I'll explain them now, and I'll explain later. Celebrity Fusion, Celebrity Name Fusion. So the way that works, and I've played this once before on Tea with Taylor. The first and middle name of this name, of whoever's name it is, will lead to the last name, and they share a middle name. So, for instance, here's my example.
Okay.
The first person would be Little Kim, and I would fuse Little Kim with Kim Kardashian. Get that? So the middle name is Kim.
Okay.
The first name is Little.
Okay.
The last name is Kardashian.
Okay.
So it's a fusion of two names that are celebrities. Okay? Y'all got that?
Yeah.
Y'all got that?
All of them are
cool.
All of them are like good drug names. Like
oh
Little Kim Kardashian, that's a good drug name.
Oh my god, you're ridiculous. Because like now that I look at the names, it kind of is. I can't deal with you. Okay, and so the one we're gonna play now is the celebrity name game, and this one is pretty simple. It's just famous names, any famous person or thing that you could think of from movies, from art, whatever, whose name has the in it. THE. Right? Got that? So, like, for instance,
Gonna be an extra E in
for
there?
instance, The Weeknd.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's a the there. So any popular name with the in it, okay? You guys got that? You guys got that?
Yes.
The hesitancy, though. Alright, so here we go. We're going to play Celebrity Name Game. You ready? And I'm going to give you clues so you can figure out the name.
Thank you.
Obviously.
Thank you.
I forgot to mention that part. Sorry, the shots kicking in.
Okay.
Sorry, the shots are kicking in.
Okay.
This new light of mine always gives out halfway through the show. I can't deal. And it's the new one. Okay, here we go. This person... and the person to lose has to take another shot. So there's that.
Should've ate
Okay, can it be half a shot?
I know, right?
Can it
Sure.
be half a shot?
Sure.
sip.
Oh my God.
Alright,
thank
so
you.
here we go.
Okay.
This person loves honey. Wears a red crop top.
Winnie the Pooh.
Yes, thank you. That's one for D. Okay. Why so serious?
The Joker.
Damn, yes.
Damn! Oh my
Damn,
God!
okay. You are
my
ready.
God.
What's going on, Soy La Rosa?
Oh my! I'm scared.
all right. Oh God, this one's hard.
I'm scared.
Fat gelatin thing from Star Trek
No, I'm not.
Star Trek.
or Star Wars, one of those two.
Boba Fett, but that
No,
no.
close. No, no.
Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have to remember it has the in it.
Yeah, that's why it was
That's the whole
fine.
game.
Yeah. I was like, that can be because it's duh.
It's because your English is not very good looking.
It's not very good. No.
No, it's not very goodly.
Yeah.
All right, so that's 1 for you and 2 for D.
Yes.
All right. This person. Oh God, another sound effect.
The Hulk.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
It's okay. Wow.
I'm better
Okay.
with sounds.
Don't be
I
scared,
guess.
guys. That's just the guns and my sweat stains. It's fine. All right, next. So we got a tie right now. It's 2 and 2. Goodness gracious. All right. You guys are not making this easy for me. Yeah, I like to tan, and I'm Italian.
Oh, there's
The
a
situation.
situation.
Yes!
Yeah.
Okay, so you got that first, I think. So
Yeah,
I'll give that to
for a
D.
millisecond. Yeah.
Still got it.
Will, thanks for watching, Will. Will Paris watching. He says that was the same exact noise. It was, okay? My impersonations are not good. Thanks for calling me out, Will. Also, still love you, though. Thanks for watching. All right, next. So we got 3 and 2. Oh, okay. So I've quoted this person as one of my childhood idols. I can't say any of the names in the person's name. In school, West Philadelphia, born and
Will
raised.
Smith? Oh, the First Prince.
Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. Damn. Okay. I was like, I'm not gonna say anything. Wow.
You said the, and I'm like, Will Smith.
I know. Where's the the?
I know. I just want to
So
win.
if you guys missed that, it was the Fresh Prince. Okay.
Yeah, well, I saw it dubbed in Spanish. in Colombia.
Ah,
And it was
okay,
called
okay.
El Príncipe de Bel-Air.
Okay, all right, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. All right, so this person, there was a recent reboot.
So many reboots.
She is. Oh, I can't say that. God, she has a black cat.
Oh, Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Yes. Damn. Okay.
Okay, you are connected.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch. If you guys
Connected,
missed
'cause
that,
he gave you nothing.
I gave you nothing.
He gave you nothing.
You see, haters gonna hate. You know?
Wow. Okay. Wow. You got that. Okay. Wow.
Okay, I'm
wow.
getting
You got that. You got
I'm getting
that. Like.
shot.
Like. Wow.
Oh my
All right.
God.
All right. So I have two more.
Yes.
So you still have a chance to catch up and win.
No.
Just catch up. Just
All right.
catch
This
up.
person does karate.
The Karate Kid?
No.
That would have been a good one.
But he's not the Karate Kid.
She is blonde, I think. She kills people with stakes.
I'm out.
With sticks?
A 90s icon
Duh.
with stakes. She kills people with stakes.
Oh, with steaks?
Yes. A 90s
icon.
icon. Come on! She likes to do cartwheels all the time when she's fighting. I wish I could say...
Is like from Mortal Kombat or from like Killer Instinct?
No.
Okay.
She is very peppy, and most people wouldn't realize that she fights these things.
Buffy the Vampire?
Yes, thank you, Jesus!
Wow.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer, if you guys missed that one. Oh my, I can't believe you didn't get that, David. Really?
I'm keep waiting for them to start with that.
Me too.
But
No,
the dice in the middle.
That's why I gave these two last.
The dice
I don't want
in
you
the
guys
middle.
to get too used to it
Yeah.
being in the beginning.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
I was
well,
thinking Buffy, but you said Sabrina,
yeah.
the Teenage Witch, and I was like, no, we already said
Wait,
it.
no, we
Like,
did that already.
My mind was playing tricks on me.
All right, well, this one will just be for fun because we already know who's taking the shot. My last one is he's green and fluffy and
The
he
Grinch.
lives in a trash can.
Oh, Oscar the Grouch.
Damn, yes, wow.
And
Oh
you
my
gave me a full
gosh.
shot.
And I gave you a full one because
Oh
You earned it.
Yeah, you earned it. You earned that. You like dusted him on that round. Like,
Yeah, no.
That was crazy.
Pulverized.
So, cheers. Winner is D on that one.
Champ
D
is
speaks.
here.
The champ is here. So that was Celebrity
Oh, wow.
Name Game. That was fun.
It was.
That was my first time playing that one.
I love that game.
Yeah. I love that game. Says the winner, of
Right.
course.
Says the winner, yeah. I hate this game.
I hate it. So, coming up on, when I was doing my Hot Topics, I came across, I would say, some other Hot Topics that related to this today. One thing that stood out to me, and I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about this, this museum lent an artist $84,000. I just want you to hear that, $84,000. And she kept it and presented 2 blank slates and called it art.
Yoko Ono?
So, no, the artist's name is Jens Haning. That's Jens Haning. Was awarded $84,000 and presented 2 blank slates and called it art. And from what I understood from that, it was kind of like a big up for interpretation kind of deal, like when authors leave blank pages in their books, which I hate. But there was that was the artist's explanation, and that's kind of where I want to start with our conversation about modern art and the artistry that we take on as our lives, so to speak,
Yeah.
because as artists we take on
Yeah.
our artistry.
Well, I have a.
How do you perceive art? And I'm gonna start with David because I know David has a lot. How do you perceive art?
Okay, before I tell you how I perceive art, I'm gonna tell you another anecdote similar to that.
Oh, okay. I love anecdotes.
There was this artist that also won the money from a museum for an exposition,
Mm-hmm.
and he tried many things, and finally he decided to get all of the money around the same amount, $50,000, something like that.
I wish someone would award me that. Please.
And he decided to get everything in cash and put the cash in the exhibition. So
Oh.
it was like mounts of money.
Oh,
Yes. So
well, that's iconic. I love that,
So
actually.
yes, yeah. So it's not like give me money, I'm gonna put whatever. He
Yeah.
actually put all of the money there.
But
and-
again, you know, the artist did say when someone asked, you know, this is just an open for interpretation,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah,
And,
but
and
I'll tell you what his reason was for
Mm.
it. He like
Needed
he
that money?
said, huh?
he needed that money, huh?
But he put it on the exposition, so like he actually spent the money on the
No,
exposition.
I mean
which
Jen
is-
Honning, who took that 84,000 and gave us blank slates.
I think she took the money.
She took the money. She opted for the money,
Yeah.
honey.
The guy was saying that as he has gotten older as an artist,
Mm.
money has become very important in his art.
Interesting.
So this is a way of him of showing that money has become almost
Oh,
as important
yeah.
as inspiration,
Yeah.
as a concept and things like that, that he decided to like put the money there.
Yeah.
So I think it's clever. I think like what he did is pretty cool.
Right. Absolutely. I think that was cool. Again, Jen Honning, I don't know. I
That
don't know.
one
I don't know about that one, but that's
I don't
awesome
know.
that you like would display the money. That's really cool. That's something I've never seen before.
Yeah.
So I would love to see that. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you're being innovative. That's awesome.
Okay.
So
And
how
what
do you perceive art?
How do I perceive art?
Because
So-
again, this topic brought up that question in my mind, and I'm like, art is such a huge, broad term, and it can be interpreted in different ways. We have, you know, a singer, dancer here. You have a photographer here. You have a musician, producer here. You know, art is interpreted in so many different ways. So that really drove that question for me into my brain, and I want to pick your brains about it now.
Yeah, well, you know me. I'm very rational. I'm very like cold-minded
Mhm.
all the time. So for me, art comes as an impulse that is just as human as eating, or as human as as trying to get ahead in life, or like having loving relationships. Like for me, art is as primitive and as inside of us,
I love
as
that.
all of it. So like
I
for
absolutely
me,
love that.
art is going to be from the beginning of humanity till the end of humanity. And right now we live in a money-driven society.
Oh yes.
Everything goes through money or through value, right?
Absolutely.
But art goes through the same filter. Right now, also art goes through the filter
Oh,
of
yes.
is it valuable or not.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh,
But
you know what?
that is not the case.
Yes. And you know what?
throughout
We're gonna talk about
humanity.
this. Well, that's my next question. But like,
Yeah.
I want to hear what you have to say about that, D. How do you interpret art? How would you describe art?
Okay, so to me, art is a form of expression, and as you mentioned, it's so broad. So when you think about it, I feel like we're surrounded by art. Like, look around, it's like your shower curtain. Somebody designed that. That's art to somebody. You know what I mean?
It's
like
true.
the color of your car, the shoes you're wearing, your coffee table,
Mm-hmm.
nail art, makeup, hair. We're surrounded by art, so
Yeah.
it's everywhere.
That's why I wanted to make sure to do this topic too, because you can speak to so many different people that are under the umbrella of artists and
Right.
artistry, and there's so much that's presented to us on a daily that we tend to look past or
Yeah.
look over as art, but it is in fact art. And so that's why I was really happy to have such different dynamics here today as far as the art community. But like you started to talk about, David, there is this perceived version of value when it comes to art as well, especially when we're talking about painting and things of those natures. Oh, for your prize, choose one of my paintings to take home with you today. Yeah,
Okay, so she's getting 2 prizes?
These are all the... No, you just got the drink. That was your... So these are all my arts displayed here on my canvases, because I like to do paint night once a week with my goddaughter and everything. So yeah, you can choose one to take home with you today.
I need time to think.
But yeah, our art value has often been attached to what we like to perceive as art, and for me, it started in the very, very, very beginning, before all of us, where white men were the only ones that were allowed to dictate what art was and what had value and what didn't. And so it was kind of like a group consensus among white men who decided what art meant to the world.
Or what is good art.
Right,
and
what's
what is
good
bad
and what's
art.
bad. And so now it's kind of, you know, in this era, I think we're breaking out of just accepting what art meant to those groups of people. And now it's seeming like we're so far innovated, but this always been around. It's always been the case. Like you said, a shower curtain is someone's art, but we tend to look past it because white men didn't tell us that was art. And so, you know, that's what I'm getting at too. You know, how we perceive art is its value.
Yeah.
So that's how we give art its meaning, its significance.
That's a good point. I just want to add to that because if you realize, like, if you go to a museum or something, certain paintings or certain sculptures people view as art, but people view graffiti as like a nuisance.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and
Hey,
I think
Charlie.
graffiti is art.
Charlie Barone's watching, one of our good friends from the inner circle. Hey, Charlie. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Thanks for catching
Well,
us.
that's the good example with Banksy.
Mm-hmm.
Which you know.
Oh yes, Banksy. That if you guys didn't hear about, this is a good one. I'm gonna let you go. Let you go.
Bansky will do things on museums, but at the same time he will do things on the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a breakthrough in a certain way because now majors and states are paying graffiti artists
Right.
to have big
right.
walls. When if you look 20 years ago, it
Unacceptable.
was like this is
You were a criminal, basically.
Yeah.
you were a criminal, yeah. And then after like that transition of like saying like not really just because it's here in a museum it's gonna be more or less worthy, and he did it, and many others, of course. With art, it's always not about just one person.
And
Can you make them smaller? Can you make them smaller? Oh my god!
And get this though, did you hear what happened
was
with Banksy's most recent piece of art? How he shredded it, and it was.
It was.
Did you hear about this?
It was
Okay,
cool.
D.
Yeah.
Guys, this is insane. So what happened was Banksy, who considers himself a street artist, he installed an art piece, and that art piece was sold for $1.4 million. And what Banksy did was he had it rigged so that right after it was sold, it started to shred part of the piece of work that was behind the frame. And so it was a little girl or a figure of a girl holding a red balloon. And so it started to shred, and it stops halfway through the image and leaves the shredded image just hanging from the frame on the bottom. The shredded image then resold for $25.4 million.
Oh my god!
Like, what?
Yeah.
Genius.
What?
Well, that's the thing with art,
Mm-hmm.
or that's the way I approach it at least. Like, I'm gonna do art even though I know that
You can skip me.
just the only
And I'll
way
just sit there and wait for you.
the only way art is going to have value in the 21st century, like right now where we live right now, it's if that art is exposed in certain circles.
True.
It's the only
True.
way. It's the only way your art is going to have any value. With music, it's meeting the right producers.
Absolutely.
It's meeting the right
Absolutely.
publishers.
Absolutely.
It's being on the right record company.
Access.
Oh
when
yes,
you- when-
access.
When you are an illustrator, you know, and you paint or you draw or anything like that, same. You have the
Absolutely.
museums,
Absolutely.
and you have the art circle and all of that. If you act, you have to be in the Hollywood circle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or like in certain circles. So like for me, value in art right now, it's only if you are part of a circle of a privilege.
Yeah.
Circle.
Oh yes. So if you're part of a privilege, yes.
If
yes.
you're part of a privileged circle, which goes beyond race, beyond
And that goes
everything.
into the whole mindset also about this, you know, the whole concept of the starving artist, because that is what honestly keeps a lot of people from pursuing things that they feel strongly about in the arts, is that mindset of, oh God, I can't be a starving artist,
yeah.
or like I can't do this,
Yeah.
I can't make this my career,
Uh-huh.
like, and it has some truth to it, but again, it's all about those circles.
But that's why I say like art is very human, but because besides we knowing that we're not going to, art is not going to be our way of money, we still do it.
We still do it. Exactly.
We still do it.
That's why I liked what you said earlier.
It might be. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Okay, so outside of yourselves, because you are your own inspiration, and I love to ask people this here on T. What are some of your inspirations? Like, what are some things that, for one, made you want to do what you do, and two, continue to make an impression on you? Let's start with you, D.
Okay, well, I have to give a huge shout out to my Uncle Jeff.
Aw, Uncle Jeff.
As long as I can remember, he always had a camera in his hand. It was always a camcorder, though. So, I might be, aging myself, but he always had a camera. He was always documenting, like, the family. So, as I got older, I became really obsessed with documenting. But it was back in the day, it was like the little Fisher-Price.
Yes, that's so cute.
Yeah.
That's so cute. Oh my God, I love an origin story.
I know. And then, like, growing up, I became obsessed with a lot of movies. I used to say I wanted to be an actress.
Okay.
But the older I got, I became more interested in what happens behind the scenes. So I actually, went to school for video production, digital recording arts, all that great stuff.
The stuff that most people don't see.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Most people don't realize what goes behind the scenes of all those things. Yeah.
And I actually shot some videos. I actually shot a commercial for a local business a few years ago.
Oh, nice.
But as everyone knows, when it comes to video production, it's a lot, especially if you're doing everything on your own.
Okay.
Because in the real world, you have people that are camera operators, lighting, sound.
30 people crew working.
Exactly.
So sometimes you have to do those 30 people work.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do that, so I was like,
Oh my God, I don't want to do that. Yeah, no, seriously.
I was like, you know what? And sometimes you can't depend on people to do the work for you.
Oh, yeah.
Or with you. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to dip my toe in the photography world and do that.
And then you fell in love.
Completely.
I love it. And you're really good at it, so keep doing it, girl.
Stop.
No, keep doing it. No, keep going. No, but that's very true, all that you've said. Like, and I can only agree, because, again, even with doing my show or doing my fashion business, I'm always like, all right, I'm going to make this my thing, no matter how many things say it's not possible, because that's what I want to do. That
is a whole other conversation. The outside noise saying you can't do it.
Yeah. That it's almost trauma.
Do I know
it's almost trauma.
Yeah.
And we can get into the childhood trauma, but that is a whole other conversation in itself.
And let me just say this, guys. The people that are not brave enough to follow their own dreams are always going to try to discourage you from following yours, okay? Thank you.
Oh, okay.
If I had a mic, I would have dropped it.
Good stuff. Drop the mic.
You can drop my phone if you want to. Okay.
Just gives away the phone. I love that. So, David, what are some of your inspirations, so to speak?
I'm struggling with this because I don't want to just like say blah 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 because
and that's why I said other than yourself, because I know a lot of times we get in our heads and we create these things and we have no idea where they come from. So other than yourself.
Yeah, like and I don't want to start dropping names because then I'm not gonna drop enough names because I have so many inspirations from somewhere. But what you said, like it's similar to me, which is movies. Movies made a great impact on me. Music videos.
Oh yes, music videos, absolutely.
Great impact on me. And also my parents always wanted me to be around art. They are not artists themselves. I have no artists in the family.
Oh wow, that's interesting. That's very interesting.
But my parents were like, well, my dad worked for a big electrical company, and so children of the company, we had some, we could access some art classes and things like that. So my parents got me into that, and
and it took off.
And that took off. So it was movies, and then when I was young, I got into a children choir.
Oh,
right. So
we've talked about this. Yes.
So
I didn't know that was one of your inspirations.
So that's how I got started with music, and and when you start with music, people start to recognize you as the guy that does music.
Absolutely.
So I got into piano, and then
this when bitch I was on the piano,
and then I was a teenager. MTV and all
Yes.
of the movies and all of
Yes.
that, and I got into electronic music and all of this. So
Anytime I see you playing the piano, I'm like, ooh, I get like chills. It's so
Ooh.
good. I love it. I love it. It's
Yeah.
like the fingers just glide across the keyboard. I love it. It's so good. But like, thank you for sharing that. But yeah, I get that because again, for bringing it back to me, because like it's all about me.
It's your
Um,
show. Yay!
No, but like that was something that happened with me. You know, I started singing in church choir when I was young, and people saw me as the guy who sang, and I was like, okay, I have to stay in that lane, and this is what I have to do because this is what people know me as. And then as I got older, I realized I have so many more passions for so many different things, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do it all. Why not?
Yeah.
Why can't I?
Yeah.
Because other people say that you have to do one thing and stick to that one thing because that's what you do well.
Goes back to what I said.
Right. It goes right back to what you say.
Yeah.
Like
So,
just because you're one dimensional doesn't mean
right.
the rest of us are.
And I'm like, you know what? I can do that. I can model, and I can
Uh-huh.
also sing, and I can also
Yeah.
dance, and I can also
I feel the same because well, just like you, I went to study audiovisual media at uni.
Okay.
So I went to study audiovisual media too. I did the videos and I did all of that. And when I got here to this country, I couldn't find job. I couldn't have any job doing that, but I did find a job doing music,
Right.
and I had both to rely on. So I rely on one of them. I also done like videos and short movies from start to finish,
Oh,
where I
yeah.
have to write it,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
I have to film it, and then I have to do the music, and then I have to do all the editing, everything.
Oh, yeah.
But it's
Oh, yeah.
fun.
It is
too.
fun.
And you know what? And
It's
when
fun.
something you enjoy, you
Yeah.
don't mind doing it. You just
And
realize
you
you do
know-
it after you do it.
And you know my last project, the last one that I did,
Yes.
which was the Paris Star music
Oh.
video.
Yes, that was
Yes.
good too. I wasn't thinking about
I did
that.
a music video for a drag queen.
That was really good.
nice.
So that
Real
was
nice.
that was fun, and I got to you know like dust off a little bit of what I did before.
I
what
love
I
it.
did right
It's
now,
funny
yeah.
that you guys both mentioned music videos as one of your big inspirations too, because that's one of my
Oh
biggest
my God,
movies
it's-
and music videos, like you
music
both
and
said,
music
has also
videos.
been one of my big inspirations. And one of my goals in the future, in the near future, with my fashion business, is I want to start getting Neptune Styles to be in charge of set design and costuming. Because I was just talking about this the other day, because when you're watching a film or when you're watching a video, before that character says anything, before that movie even starts,
Let's talk about it.
you see what's going to happen. You can create a storyline. You know where they're going from what they're wearing, from the set, from how they're like dressed, how like before they even speak. There's so many things
You gotta
that
set the scene.
that
Help me out.
Create that
help
fantasy.
me out with one of my next songs that I'm gonna release.
Okay. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And you'll help me with a
Ooh.
music video.
Yes, and then I can say
Okay.
I've done a music video. So yeah, it's funny that and music and photography have been the two parts of the art world that I think has been made the most innovation in the past 10, 20 years. Because, you know, with art and painting and things like that, those things, again, have created a value system. So they kind of stay the same. It kind of stays stagnant in most areas with those kinds of things. But with photography and music, I think we've had so many changes and milestones like over the past 20 years that far exceeds anything in the past. Am I wrong?
No.
Right? I'm like,
Absolutely.
especially even for photography, like that's a really big one. Like there's some things that I've seen people do with photography, and I'm like, what?
It's funny because like photography went from analog photography to
Oh.
digital photography.
That's all. That's the most I know about photography is analog and digital. That's it. That's it. That's my knowledge of photography.
And the thing was like the old folks were like, oh, they have digital photography there now. They don't have to do anything because it's digital now. And what happens with art is like, oh, the medium got easier, so we're gonna do complex.
Absolutely.
Something
Absolutely.
more complex.
And-
So like now photographers, yeah, like snapping.
True.
That is the 2% of what you do.
I know you have something to say about
Everything
that.
else.
I know you had something to say about that. I know you had. She was like,
I'm just gonna sit here because you know smartphones and cameras. Everybody thinks they're photographers, and they.
Ooh.
That's no shade. That's no shade.
No,
no,
it
no,
is.
no, no,
It
it is, but
It's
it needs to be said.
It's
But
no
I'm gonna let
shade.
you
It needs
finish.
to be said. It needs
But
to
a lot
be
of people
said.
feel like they don't need to hire a photographer for like professional headshots or for like their wedding because camera phones have come such a long way. But if you have an eye for it,
Not long enough.
there's a clear difference between like someone
absolutely.
who knows what they're doing, knows about camera settings and all that good stuff, and someone who's just holding that iPhone.
Exactly.
And
we know, as viewers, we know the difference. You're not fooling none of us.
I don't know if you have it on one of your topics there, but like when you're talking about art and artistry, especially, like we have to address that people don't know what happens in the process to making something.
Oh yeah,
like
no, absolutely.
Like when a movie makes you feel things,
right?
You don't understand that in order to make you feel things, there was a lot of work behind it. When a musician plays something and it sounds easy, it's because he practiced so much that it sounds easy. It's so funny.
And you know what? One of the biggest things that I like to bring up, is, like in line with that, to piggyback on that, is the smallest things that we take for granted, like the background music in a horror film. If it weren't for those composers who created that background music, that film would not make the same impact.
Right.
Let alone would you even be able to watch some of those scenes without background music.
That's why a lot of people don't really, sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Don't appreciate art, I think, because they just see the final product. They don't see the process.
They don't see the process.
And it looks easier when you just see the final product.
Right. It makes them feel like, I can do that. Like, what's the big deal?
Exactly. Oh my God.
And then, you know what? You can, but again, you have to learn these things. It's not just something that's like, oh, I'm going to get my phone. Like
you didn't just sit at a piano just like...
Right, and just like, okay, I'm going to do
this.
No, it doesn't happen that way.
Like, for example, with acting. People think that acting is easy and they do not understand.
When I lived in New York, I got called for 2 go-sees for acting positions, and I froze up on the first one. The second one was a well-known script that it was a movie that I repeated multiple times, and I got to the audition and fucked it up. I was like, I am not an actor. I can't do this. I give up. That's what I was like. No more acting jobs, please. Thank you.
Not even an extra. You don't even want to be the.
I can be an extra.
Excuse me.
But you know what? The job of an extra is to blend in the background, and I don't like.
You don't want any lines.
I'm going.
Maybe you can have a line though.
Okay, yeah.
You can be the restaurant like, excuse me, my food is cold.
Yeah,
I'm going to be receptionist Lance.
Yeah.
In the next Richard Griffin movie, I'm going to be a receptionist.
I love that.
So I have like 10 lines. And it is the most that
that's good.
Yeah, and I have
lines.
and I have like 10, and I'm nervous.
Oh, you can run your lines with me because I'm terrible, so I'll just be monochromatic.
Yeah, no. The director just told me like, be yourself, so I'm just gonna be myself.
That's the thing. I feel this is my excuse, and I'm gonna stick to it. I feel that I have a lot of personality, and it's hard for me to turn that off and to be someone else. Because I just want to be me, and it comes through when I'm trying to portray someone else. So I'm like, all right, I'm not an actor. That's fine. I know that I'm not. That's not my gift. That's not my gift.
When we see you in movies 10 years from now,
you guys can watch this.
We're gonna
watch this and laugh. Flip it and reverse it, because I'll be in the background trying very hard.
I'm gonna sell it to paparazzis or something.
Right, I have to show people this video. Like I told you, I knew him.
Yeah.
I told you.
Oh, and Charlie, I saw your comment about not being able to find it on the T page. I'm going to share it to the Tea with Taylor page and to YouTube after this right here, what we're doing here, you know. But before we go, because we are reaching that hour marker, guys, here's your shots. First of all, these are for you.
So, how about the weather, guys? It's been really cold lately, right?
All right, one more. That's the last one. I had to empty the shaker. So cheers to you guys for being here. That's for you guys.
Empty.
I took mine earlier. But before we go, I'm gonna give you guys some time to promote anything that you might have coming up, and leave something with the viewers. But first, like I promised, we have another game, and I am excited for this one because it's the second time I played this one. So this one is Celebrity Name Fusion, guys. Yes. This is the fusion that we were talking about earlier. And if you're just joining us,
I hope.
I hope if you're just joining us. Oh, Calypso Phoenix Brown, thanks for watching. Calypso Phoenix Brown just joined in and said, she says, Doja Cat was my favorite Halloween looks. Yeah, she crushed it. She did. She had multiple looks. She did.
Kali Uchis did a great
Oh
job
yes, I forgot
too,
about. I can
yeah.
never say her name. That's why I was like Kelly. That one.
Uchis.
Uchis. Sorry again. All right, so we're gonna get to the game, Calypso. You joined in at the perfect time, and this one is celebrity name fusion. And so I'm gonna explain the rules one more time for you guys just joining in, if you're just joining in. So we are going to take three. It's going to be 3 names that are across the board. The first name is the celebrity's first and last name, and that makes the middle name that also shares their last name. So, for example, I would say Little Kim Kardashian, and that's fusing together Little Kim, who is the first name, with Kardashian's last name. So that's the celeb name fusion. And hopefully you guys got that. Hopefully you guys got that. And we're going to play celeb name fusion.
I've been drinking, so this should be interesting.
I've been drinking.
Hello.
I've been drinking. Sorry, I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. I'm like a living jukebox. Okay, so and I only have 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be easy to see who wins after the first 2. Oh, Dion's watching. Hey, Dion. What it do, Dion?
Hey.
Mr. Sage. Pastor Evangelist. First Lady. Deaconess. Sage.
Lord.
Lord is right. Lord is right. But let me not get distracted with his foolishness because he does that all the time. So the first name I'm going to give you some hints and let's see if you get this.
Why am I nervous? Let's get it together.
She is an actress. She's white, if that helps. Well known for being gorgeous.
Angelina Jolie?
No. Her last name is my first name.
Okay.
She is well known for black and white images with lots of diamonds.
Elizabeth Taylor?
And the second person, let me finish. The second person is also an actor who was well known for having a really great body. Unfortunately, now who doesn't?
So Elizabeth Taylor Lautner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn. I didn't say anything else. Jesus, I was supposed to see a nice body.
I helped.
You did. That's why I said you gotta wait. So we learned. You gotta wait.
I'm impatient.
Calypso got that one too. Calypso Phoenix Brown got that one too. So it was Elizabeth Taylor Lautner. So that was combining Elizabeth Taylor
Mariah
and Taylor
Carey,
Lautner.
I don't know her.
I don't know her. Taylor Lautner was Shark Boy, and then he grew up and he was super hot, and now he got older and now he's not. So there's that. You don't need to know.
I don't have to say anything else. That's true.
That's
true.
literally
Yeah.
it. That's all you need to know about Taylor Lautner. Okay, next. And wait till I say both people this time. Okay, this is a singer. The first person's name is a singer. Singers. It's a group of 3, and their last name is this actor's first name, who is known for having a long nose and very goofy actor. Now the floor is open. I'm gonna keep going.
Okay, so three
the first person is a trio of singers,
Okay.
and their last name of that group is this person's first name, who is an actor, who's known for having a long nose. He's white, if that helps. He's played in Yumi and Dupree. He's known for having the goofy, fun, best friend kind of roles. And again, the first person is an iconic girl group, 3.
Girl group. Okay.
Do you guys know? Calypso, do you know who this is? I'll even go this far. So hold on for one more day. That's the name. That's the one of the singles from the first person. And the second person, like I said, is from Yumi and Dupree.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Okay. Can I? You guys
Give
want to
us
guess, or can I give it away?
Give us the middle name.
The middle name is. Oh, sorry. Flip that. Yikes. Flip that. Yikes!
God.
Okay, I'm so sorry. The first name.
He's got a drink. He needs
The
to
first
drink.
name is the actor. The second name is the girl group. The middle name that connects them is Wilson.
Wilson. Okay,
Oh.
so
Rebel Wilson? I don't know.
No, close. Pastor Jody.
Owen Wilson sisters.
Close.
Owen Wilson.
Phillips. Pastor Jody's watching, so everybody say hi to my pastor. Hi. We love Pastor Jody. Thanks for watching. But yes, Owen Wilson Phillips. I'm like, really? You don't know Wilson Phillips? Are you kidding?
Can we get a black actor so I can?
I mean, the shade of it all.
Get me a Latino actor.
The
there.
shade of it all. Calypso didn't know that one either. Calypso said IDK. Calypso was like, girl.
But the order.
Owen Wilson Phillips was that one, guys. Sorry, I jacked up the order. That was my bad. All right. So what is it? One
and a
and
half?
0 or
0.
one and okay. You know what? Let's say 1 and 1, so
Oh,
we can get a
say
tie.
half.
We can get a tiebreaker. 1 and 1, guys.
1 and 1.
Let's say 1 and 1. You guys
Oh
got 1
my
and 1. Because I'll give you Owen Wilson sisters.
And I deserve Elizabeth Taylor because I said
You
her.
deserve that. You did.
I thought we were still
Let's
playing
see.
the first game.
Okay, so this one, the first person's name is known for Baywatch, lead actress in Baywatch,
Okay.
and the second person is a correspondent news person who's known for having silver hair. The first person was well known as well for dating Tommy Lee. The second person is
I know her.
is well known for his mother actually and his career as a news anchor.
Wow. This
Yeah.
is embarrassing.
Yeah, I figured this one would stump you guys. This is why it's a tiebreaker.
You just couldn't pick one. Gotta go. Huh?
No.
Pamela Anderson Cooper.
Yes! Wow! Okay. You know what? Ken Barber and Calypso got that one.
Yeah.
And Dion, you almost got it. He said Pamela Anderson
Yeah,
Lee
no.
and Anderson Cooper.
It took me a minute.
We're
It took
not
me a
including
minute,
the
but I
lead,
got
Dion.
it.
We're not including the lead because then it doesn't work with the game. The names have to connect. It's
And I just
Pamela
have to say,
Anderson
just
Cooper.
for the people here, Pamela Anderson, vegan legend.
Oh, is she vegan?
Vegan
I did not
legend.
know that.
Like from
Okay.
like 25 years already, or 30 years.
I did not know
Vegan
that.
legend.
Okay. Like,
Icon.
you know what? Shout out to Ken Barber and shout out to Calypso and Dion Sage for getting that one. You guys all got that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So it looks like David's ahead, but I got one more for you guys. One more. This one,
Whatever.
I think that you'll probably get this, David, if I predict correctly. You guys can play along, of course. So this
game is
person is a well-known DJ. He was also a part of a singing group in the 90s, I want to say, but transitioned into a DJ. Well-known queer person. The second person is an actor who is also super well-known, a white male actor who just recently got married to, I don't remember her name, who just recently got married to a Indian woman, and it was big news. And any guesses? The first person, again, well-known DJ.
I have the second one. But
The first person's name was a well-known DJ. I forget the group. Hold on.
Give me the group.
Hold on. If you guys figured it out in the comments, don't say it. Or do. We can't quite see it. So there's that. Hold on. Oh, he was in the Culture Club, this DJ. Gay icon, the first name. Part of the Culture Club. Now a DJ. The second person is a very, very well-known male white actor.
Hot as fuck.
Used to be. He's kind of getting up there now in age, so.
Okay.
So he's not attractive anymore?
He's attractive, but he's not as attractive as he was. You guys, any guesses? I can give you the middle name, but that'll give it away.
I think I
I
know
have
the
someone in
second
mind,
one.
but I feel like I'm wrong.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
Okay,
No.
because she said Elizabeth Taylor at the beginning, I'm gonna say the one that I have right now.
Okay.
Kevin Jonas is the second one
Mm-mm.
because he married.
It was before before Jonas got married. This person. The middle name that connects them is George.
Oh. Okay.
So famous DJ, queer icon,
I have the first
male
one,
actor.
but I
So
don't have
George
the second
Clooney
one.
and I don't know.
That's the second part.
But you gave us.
I don't know.
All right.
No. Wait. So
I'll end
the
the
second
suffering.
one, the second one.
The second name is the actor. The first name is the DJ.
Okay,
Culture Club.
I got the first one, but I don't have the second one.
She just said it.
So
DJ.
Boy George Hamilton? No, Boy George Harrison.
Nope. Boy George Clooney.
Boy George Clooney.
Oh my God, Calypso said I'm lost with this one. It was Boy George and George Clooney.
So you said one. And
You
I
said one and you said one. What the hell?
We both won.
Well, we're all winners. Let's just
No,
clap it out.
you're the one that is drinking because you fucked it up.
You know what? I did fuck up the order. I don't know if there's anything else left in
that
here.
Drink is yours.
Yeah, there's a little bit. Oh.
Fill it
Woo!
up. There's more in there. Fill it
So,
up.
yeah, Calypso Brown said she was lost on that one too. So, and I spilled it on my pants. Lovely.
It's fine.
It's alright. I just did laundry today. No biggie.
That's why
But
we
you know
were
what? I'm glad that we got to play that.
Yeah.
So clap it up for that.
Yeah.
That is.
I also want to say before we finish that I brought this shirt today. This is work from an artist.
Ooh, I love that.
Of mine
Yes.
from Colombia. So I wanted to bring art in T-shirts too.
I live. Okay,
Yeah.
you'll have to like when you go back later to see the video and share the video.
Yes.
Tag the artist so that we can
I will
see
tag
the
the
artist's
artist.
work.
Yes.
And that brings up a good point. I was also wanted to bring up before I give you guys some time to shine and promote anything you might have coming up. Yesenia Rubio, the founder and owner of Notes Coffee Company. Thank you so much to you and your lovely, lovely partner. I got the privilege of going to my good friend AJ. Oh boy, I'm blanking on AJ's last name right now. Sorry, AJ. But if you're watching, AJ put on this really good sober event. One of the first events that he puts on with his house called House of Temperance. That is a very new thing for AJ. AJ Del Signer. He was here on Tea with Taylor with me. And the owners of Notes Coffee Company allowed AJ to put that event on. It was a really great spoken word event,
Nice.
and we're looking forward to seeing a lot more of that. And this person, the owners of Notes Coffee Company, are looking for artists. So if you're an artist or sculptist or anything like that, they're looking for new artists to put up on their walls on a revolving basis every month or so, with price tags to sell. So if you're looking to sell your work, if you're looking to get your name out there, look up Notes Coffee Company in Pawtucket and help this queer affirming, this queer owned business, and get your name out there. And so with that, I'm gonna let you guys speak your piece. Ladies first, I suppose, here on Tea with Taylor, and promote anything you would like to promote. Tell us, any events you have coming up, and what you want to leave our viewers with today.
Hello, lovely people.
They are lovely people.
Again, for those of you who just tuned in, my name is Dee Speaks. I'm a photographer, also the co-founder of the Vodka Guild, which is a collective of black and brown photographers. We host meetups every now and then where we welcome aspiring models and photographers. You don't have to have modeling experience. You can just pull up.
We love that.
We'll be having some more events coming up, so please follow us on Instagram.
And I'm going to say what I said to David. Make sure you tag later. Tag the Avant Guild because they're doing amazing work there. There's so many different black and brown creatives there. And I stand a good business that is backed by black and brown people. Hello. So thank you for that and all that you do with that and everything else that you put into this earth, you lovely, lovely being.
Well, thank you. And follow me on Instagram. Dee Speaks.
Oh, yes.
DEESPEAS.
Oh, yes. Get the Instagram tag in there.
Okay. You won't regret it, okay?
And how about you, David? What do you want to leave our viewers with today?
Remembering everyone that just came in, my name is David. I go like DJ Soy La Rosa. Soy La Rosa is spelled ZOILAROSA.
Okay, good.
_Z.
Hello.
I always thought I was saying it wrong. It's Zoe La Rosa, right? Okay.
Soy La Rosa. Okay.
Good.
If you wanna check me here on Providence, I'm gonna be playing at the Eagle on the 19th of November. And I'm going to be playing with you or your game night, which I'm sure it will be promoted here later.
Non-stop.
So I hope you see me. Follow me on Instagram. Again, soylarosa_C. And, it will be upcoming music too. So for you guys to check out.
And you're doing an amazing job as well. I've had the privy of being in the venues that you have done recently, a bunch of different venues, and you do a great job. You're really good with knowing your crowd, so I'll say that.
Yeah.
So thank you for all that you do and everything that you put into this earth. That one of those things that you mentioned, my game night, I'm super, super excited about that. I don't know if I sent you an invite. I hope I did.
No, you didn't.
On Facebook. But I started an event page for Taylor's game night, y'all. So it's December 10th. It's going to be at Mirror Bar. So it's a local establishment here in Providence. And I am really excited. There's going to be some fun games, some board games, some new games that I created, and some of them that I found on TikTok. Mm-hmm. It's fine. There's going to be some giveaways. There's going to be trivia. DJ Zoe La Rose is going to be playing.
So you can dance too.
So you can dance too. In my house, my children and I are doing a performance as a trio for the very first time, the House of Neptune. And we're going to have a bunch of other performers, a gaggle of gays, if you will, for the game night. And it's going to be a ball. So I really looking forward to seeing you guys. RSVP on my website, Taylor Neptune, tinyurl.com/Taylor Neptune. RSVP on the Facebook page at Taylor's Game Night. And that's what I'm going to leave you guys with today. And also, like I always like to tell you all, make sure that you're being good to yourselves. This week, among the past few weeks, have been very difficult for me, myself, and, reaching out actually helped a lot, reaching out to you folks out there. And I appreciate all your feedback and all your, kind words and all of your intel on those kinds of things, because we're all human-ish. And so it's been very difficult. And so I really am appreciative to when I can't look inward for my own inner peace, that I'm able to have that backing and feel like I'm able to express myself when things get hard, because as we all know, things get hard. So I appreciate you all for that, and thank you so much for watching. And again, make sure being good to yourselves comes first. And I'll leave you there, give you back the rest of your Friday. I'm still resting up from Halloween. I'm tired. I'm tired. I can get my regenerator cube real quick. But that's that. Thank you so much for watching Tea with Taylor, and I will see you all next week. Later.
Bye.
Peace.